As he looked up, Jesus saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 small copper coins. He said, "I tell you the truth. This poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in all that she had to live on." Why did Jesus draw attention to this poor widow? What was it that impressed him about her? Here's the background. Jesus had been questioned by the religious leaders about his own authority, about paying taxes to Caesar, about the resurrection, and about marriage. Now, these questions were asked by people who were really not interested in answers. Their hearts were hardened, they were in unbelief. Now, in contrast to that, Jesus sees what this poor widow is doing. She is displaying what God really wants, a faithful, believing heart that is committed unto Him. She is displaying in her life the very opposite of what the religious leaders are displaying. She is a widow living in poverty. She knows about pain and she knows about suffering, but she also knows God. And if we were to spend time with her, she would tell us about the great faithfulness of God. She would tell how God was her refuge and her strength in those dark days after her husband died. She would tell us how God sustained her when her life fell way below the poverty line. We would be listening to a woman who knows God. We would be listening to a woman who has walked with Almighty God. And this is what Jesus had said about her. This poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in all that she had to live on. What this widow did was not an isolated incident, because she lived a life of faith, a life of trust in God. And that's what impressed Jesus.